going to give you guys a moment to settle in. Check if this is a reading for you, a reading that you feel inclined to stick around with. I'm going to pull one card from my Earth Warriors deck, and if that resonates with you and where you're at in the moment, I have like a deep invitation to have you guys really feel into your intuitive gifts. It's like, it's funny, I'm seeing like, test your intuitive abilities. And it's okay if it doesn't fit for you. So maybe there's a certain sign or color or something that feels present for you guys right now. Archetype. Okay. We have Dadri, Hearing Truth, and this is number 21. So I'm just going to hold this up, and if it resonates with you, just the imagery on it. Hearing Truth. Okay, we're going to read about that in the book and dive deeper into what it feels like Spirit wants to talk to you through me. Okay. If you haven't met me, I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here, and on my other account, I go by Astrology. Pluto has stationed retrograde today, and I wrote all about it on my newsletter. So if you're not yet signed up for that, sign up. It's totally free. Every Monday you get an email from me about the astro forecast for the week ahead. I love it. Okay. Dadiri. There's a deeper truth that shall bring you peace to your heart, offering you guidance, comfort, and renewal. You are guided to turn within for your answers. Do not allow another to interrupt, influence, or distort your personal trusting relationship with the divine. Allow Spirit to be your highest counsel always, and you shall never be led astray. Isn't that interesting that I had you guys do an intuitive test, right? It's like you choose first. You don't let the algorithm choose for you. It's this inner conversation, okay? You shall know the words to speak and the consciousness to hold, to evoke healing and set things right. Listen, for deep within, truth is known. In a reading, focus on what you know to be true by tuning into what you feel and not focusing on appearance or the opinions of others. The voice of Spirit is deep within you, and anytime you want or need guidance, you have the ability to tune into that inner voice for peace, comfort, and clarity. It takes courage to turn within rather than to put your faith in the people and things of this world, but you have enough inner strength and wisdom to do this. The truth within has been spoken. Trust that you can hear it. And I feel like that might have just been the answer that you needed, is just like, again, trusting yourself. And it's such an interesting thing. I feel like some of you may have some heavier Libra placements or just codependent tendencies that you're stepping away from. There's no shame in that. There's just been a nurturing of relying on outer influences or talking to people or connecting with people to receive your answers. But there's this deeper well within you. I heard like untapped potential that is like, ooh, and I heard like maybe it's a little spooky when the answers come because they're so clear and so concise and there's no guessing, but they might go against some foundations for you. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper with this tarot here. So tell me more. Oh, hold up. There's one word that is like floating in your mind that is your answer. I want to know. They're like literally, there's something about writing it down. There's something about, you could comment it or write it in your journal or say it out loud, speak it out loud. There's something about like freedom for some, freedom, peace, authenticity. Like there's a key word that Spirit has been like repeating like a mantra for you. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of illusion happening here, and even in this card it's kind of got like the moon in the background. There's something that there's a lot of options at play here, a lot of things that are in your field. I heard like emotionally. Oh, and this was coming up. Okay, and I mentioned Pluto moving retrograde, and prior to that made a square to Mercury in Taurus, and there's been this weird dissonance in our physical reality in the energetic realm, and like there's been, I feel that you are really noticing the frequency in which you operate, and you do know on an energetic level the things that are not for you. And it's really hard because you have a high tolerance for things around you, but you don't have to keep them in your field. And I remember saying this on a live. I go live every Sunday, by the way, to talk about the astrology. I remember saying, like, you don't have to keep negative people in your life. You do not have to tolerate them. I think I had like somebody who was disrupting the frequency in the live, and I kicked them out, right? And I was like, yeah, because that was interrupting the peace of the space. And that, like, I heard, where is your kindness doing you a disservice because you're tolerating things that you don't need to tolerate? We have the Ten of Swords, and I don't recall reading this card before in the deck, so I'm gonna look into this interpretation. And this is a newer deck, and his interpretation of tarot is very different. The Ten of Swords has a common trait of the sequence of 10, right? A climactic high point, which no further improvement is possible. This means the highest degree of consciousness is obtainable. It also means that something is being brought to an end, right? I feel like you got to this point where it's like, oh my gosh, whoa, they just gave me a full vision of, like, there's like a trench, and like you're ready to leap over and go to the new life and go into your new experience. And it's like you already have the energetic, like, frequency of that reality, but you've yet to fully step in it. And that's like the dissonance thing that's happening. And it's like the physical reality, it's like there's the last few things that you need to wrap up in order to go to that new thing. Human understanding tends to judge presumptuously. Every judgment that is made should be borne by the consciousness that one is his own final judge. Consequently, this means that man is responsible for his own thinking, and therefore is also responsible for his own actions. What is brought into the world as judgment is originated as prejudice and thought. This situation requires considering all eventualities in order to be able to arrive at a concrete result. Okay, all mental abilities should be used as the situation requires thinking in larger parameters. Yeah, it's like, and I feel as though you are looking at the larger picture and the larger scale of things. And it's a matter of like, and there's a lot of mental turmoil, especially in that emotional dissonance. And like, how can we move through this? Spirit's like hearing the truth by listening within, by listening to your spirit team. The Wheel of Fortune. When you go within, you see, it's interesting, I'm seeing like a kaleidoscope within you. You see all the potential of your life, of all that you desire. And we have the King of Pentacles. Like, I think it's a matter of acceptance around what is actually transpiring in your physical reality, and that it feels, the thing I'm talking about is it feels like there's this outer influence, this outer chaos around you. And it's like you've maintained your own peace, you've maintained your own sovereignty, but it's now this like deeper expression of it by actually saying no to things or saying yes to things that excite you. Tell me more about this Wheel of Fortune, because it's like they're showing me in my mind's eye like the reality in your mind, this future, right? This next step. Yeah, interesting. The Two of Flames, which is the Two of Wands, right? So it's like you're looking beyond this horizon, like you see this like vast world and vast future reality for you, and it's right there. It's like on the precipice. How do we move forward? We got the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, I haven't actually seen the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Holy fuck, guys. It's by, yeah, holy, this is so clear and concise. Like you already, and the King of Spheres is at the bottom again, guys. All right, this is part 2 to my last reading. I literally was so deep in the zone of it. Oh my gosh, Queen of Swords is at the bottom and she's the cover. I got so deep into it that as soon as I looked up, I was out of time. Like I was in it. And so I'm continuing that. I'm going to hold up this card. If you're only joining me for this part, feel this is an intuitive test if this reading is for you. If there is a sign that you've been looking for that's within this card, and it's called listening. What's it called? Hearing truth. Hearing truth. Okay. And this whole circumstance that I painted out in part one, you might, again, want to go listen to that and see if there's truth in that for you. Okay? Because as we're moving into this, it's like that movement forward. I'm like, okay, how do we, right? You see this, everything that you desire, right? You see it. You see it. Oh my gosh, tiny baby grasshopper. Oh my gosh. And he just took the leap. He just leaped. We have the Nine of Spheres, the Ace of Spheres, and the Ace of Swords. It's like you have seen what you've built for yourself, and now there's a new level of like starting. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Like it's actually allowing your mind and your reality to actually like merge. It's like you're there. This next step is like, I heard like there's this higher qualification that is needed. Whoa, hold up. King of Spheres is at the bottom. I don't know how this flipped over. This deck is genuinely magical, by the way. I don't recall this being flipped, and here it was flipped on the top. So I don't know. So by the way, if this is the first time that you're meeting me, I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here. My other account, I go by Astrology. In the last reading, I was mentioning Pluto going retrograde, and if you want to read about it, sign up to my newsletter. It's totally free every Monday. I send emails about the astro forecast for the week ahead to guide you through the week, to really just give you that energetic forecast. And it's interesting because the Queen of Swords is actually the cover of the book, and I don't believe I've read about her, and so her making an appearance like out of the blue feels very potent. So we're gonna dive into her. Queen of Swords. The connection of the air element with the water element is the clear cognitive powers that unite through the creative abilities of the psyche. The Queen of Swords represents the female aspect of the air element. Mental clarity paired with fantasy and soul power identify a receptive being, which in spite of clearly differentiated ability for recognition, can be capable of even deeper receptivity. On this deep level of receptiveness, the interconnection of all living things is accessible and can start the process of soul and mental awakening. The Queen of Swords represents a great creative potential. Mental openness results in constant mental stimulation. The steady flow of thoughts make it possible for a creative transference of diverse ideas. A clear mind with the ability of solving problems creatively in this position is to be freed from the dependencies and to not only think for itself but also for others. I feel like it's this weird counterintuitive thing that is happening for you. It's literally when you, and again, I'm gonna reiterate that like your spirit team is really pressing for you to actually go sit and talk with them and look inward for your answer here. I'm just seeing the almost like outer edges of all of this. I'm seeing like the physicality instead of the internal terrain. And like the physicality is like you have everything you need. 9 of Pentacles. You are being asked to like create something new and speak it into existence. And I feel like it's this matter of like you, and again, it's this weird discrepancy of like when you choose yourself, you invite permission for other people to choose themselves, and it might be choosing you along with it, right? But there's this deeper thing. King of Flames, like there is something about you, and that card was giving kind of like Icarus, like I'm flying towards the sun a little bit, where it's like majority of people in your life make, I heard they're incompetent. 8 of Swords. capital. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. I feel like there's this codependency that you're leaving, and it's a little spooky, right? At the beginning of the last reading, it's like this codependency on what you've known and actually trusting your guides at this deeper level. And then we have the Princess of Spheres, which this card to me, the way she's like sort of transparent and leaning on reality, it's like you are trusting spirit to provide at a deep level. And we just shifted to balance. Like you are trusting that things are moving in for you. Though there, and I'm going to go back to the original part of the reading of that Seven of Cups and that Ten of Swords. Like you are vibrating at such a higher frequency, and this isn't a comparison thing, it's just literally stop lowering yourself. I heard like you've got to cut it out. You've got to cut out the noise. You've got to cut out the like excess like negative energies. And they're literally showing me like actual like vibrations. Like I feel like you're vibrating at like such a like fast pace, and that's why things are moving a lot quicker for you. It doesn't look like that on the outside, but you feel those discrepancy when you're in other people's fields or you're in circumstances where you're like, I don't actually want to be here. I don't want to, Queen of Flames. Yeah, and it was reversed. And I'm seeing a bee here where it's like you're pretending to be a worker bee when you're actually the queen bee. And there is this potency around you actually owning that and actually embodying that. I feel like your spirit, and oh my God, they just literally like, they were like, we have been waiting for you to own this, to own it, to really own it. Three of Pentacles, because there is support coming in for you. And the Queen of Swords is at the bottom, and we have the turning point at the, I don't know, the deck's gotten all shuffled. I like at this point it just does its own thing. The turning point and the Queen of Swords, it's like you actually know your answer. You know your answer to Tower. And ooh, that's the thing you're resisting, is you choosing you is going to be a Tower moment for those still relying on your past frequency or that past version of yourself that you've actually stepped out of. It's almost like, oh, you know how the what are those little bugs, Sarcadia, the little, what are those? And they like hook themselves on, cicadas, right? They hook themselves on and they leave their little shell. You've left this little shell of yourself around. It's like a decoy self. You have this decoy self that you kind of like slip yourself into to kind of appease the people, but then like it takes out your frequency, because when you return back to that old energy, it's literally suffocating you and killing parts of you, and then you return back to your normal frequency, and it's just like, why the f am I still doing that? And so this is literally, you don't have to, but you are being invited to just literally do you, okay? Last little bit of advice for the person watching this. The Tower, you can't resist, you can't avoid this. I feel like you have been trying to like tiptoe around this change, tiptoe around this like breaking point, and you can't. And then we have the Four of Cups. It's like more is available for you, and it does take endings, the Devil, yeah, and breaking free of this pattern of self-sacrifice for the sake of all, okay? And it's gonna be okay. Okay, sit with your spirit team. They have more insight for you. And if you do want to dive deeper into this message specifically, my readings are open. So if you would like that, you can grab one of those. And I'm going to invite you guys, come join my Discord community. If you're looking for some extra support, extra love, and like fun things to do, I have a pinned message or a pinned event schedule. So if you go check that out here on TikTok, see what we got going on and come join if you feel called. I love you guys.